Hello you lovely lot and welcome to a new video. Today I have another Patreon monthly illustration. This is the one for March, and this time around my patrons challenged me to design my own Fursona, which is something that is completely new to me. If I ever have done furry art before, I don't remember it. It might have been something that I've in the past been commissioned to do many years ago. I feel like I've had some brief familiarity with it before, but I really can't remember. So for all intents and purposes, this was something that I had no idea how to approach. And so it was kind of originally, the person who suggested it said that it was kind of a joke, but everyone just ran with it. So whatever my patrons think is a good suggestion, I'm going to run with. And I always love the creativity and the originality of what they suggest to me and put forward. So yeah, it all goes into the poll and then we just see what happens. So yeah, this was definitely a fun challenge. I actually really enjoyed it. I was a bit worried about it, that it wouldn't live up to their expectations, but I think everyone liked it, so I'm glad, and I do like how it turned out. So the first thing obviously is to decide what animal it's going to be, and I decided on a raccoon. I was originally thinking of a bat maybe, because bats are nocturnal and they use sound to get around because their vision isn't great and my vision isn't great, and I thought that would be cute. So for a while I was debating between bat and raccoon, but in the end I decided to go for raccoon because there were just kind of more features I thought I shared with the raccoon. So like I said, I am kind of nocturnal. I have a horrible sleep schedule. I've got dark circles under my eyes because I have a horrible sleep schedule, and just because that's how I look, I get through a lot of concealer. I also am a trash goblin. So I just thought in the end I'd go for raccoon, and then that kind of also gave me the opportunity to play with drawing like a big fluffy tail and stuff as well. So when I did the sketch, I was pretty pleased with the result, but the character ended up looking a lot less fluffy than they ended up in the lines. I'm not really sure what happened. I think I was just kind of drawing the face fluff and I was like, is this enough? And then I got to the point where I was like, I think this is too much, but I just ran with it because like the structure of the face was probably the toughest part for me because I'm just not used to drawing animal faces. So I referenced a lot of other furry art and kind of animal cartoon art and tried to figure out how to simplify it and make it work with my style and my method of drawing. But it was just kind of the overall structure was something that was totally different, so getting that face shape and the right amount of fluff and kind of optimum fluff levels, and I think I got there. Obviously there's a lot of things I could do better if this was something that I dedicated myself to learning instead of just a one-off. But I think for a first proper attempt, I'm pretty happy with it. For the outfit, I decided to go for one of my own favourite outfits instead of designing one. I don't know if you should design a new outfit for your Fursona or if you just draw them in things that you would normally wear, but I decided to go for one of my favourite outfits that I have, which is my dungarees, my yellow striped shirt, my yellow jacket and my Disruptor Trek trainers. And the thing that took the longest was the trainers, because they just have a lot of different details and colours, and I had them sitting next to me to reference from all angles, and that helped a lot. So I'm trying to improve the way I draw shoes lately, because shoes and feet have always been something that I've really struggled with, as well as hands. So I tried some different angles in my last piece as well, the one with Ez and his family, and trying to draw shoes from different angles and positions there. And it's something that I need to do a lot more studies on still, because it's just the structure of them kind of confuses me a bit and I can't picture them in my head, so I always need to use a lot of reference, which is very important. You should never be afraid of using reference, because I know a lot of us went through phases when we were younger of thinking reference means you're a failure or something stupid. It might have just been me, but I convinced myself when I was younger that I had to know how to draw everything from my imagination or I was terrible. Whereas now I'm just like, reference everything. So I referenced my dungarees, my jacket, my shoes, everything, and my phone. I was kind of thinking what pose to put the character in. Initially they were kind of sitting down and then it wasn't really working, so I drew them standing up, and then I was like, what should I do with their hands? So I gave them my phone. So it was kind of a quite basic pose in the end, but I wanted it to show off the design, and I think it turned out pretty well showing off what I had added to it. So it's not the most fancy or complex Fursona design. I probably could have added more to it. I might have added some purple maybe if I wanted to make them more sparkly and colourful, because purple is my favourite colour, and given the excuse I would put it on everything. So I probably could have done something like that, but for my first attempt I'm pretty happy with the end result. My patrons liked it, and that's the most important thing. At the moment, voting is up for the April ones. They probably will be closed by the time this video goes up publicly, so I'll know what they've decided I'm going to draw this time around. So I'm very excited. There's been some fun suggestions and I'm really looking forward to it. So every time I get challenged to do something new and something out of my comfort zone, and it's been really enjoyable, and I'm happy that my patrons are liking what I'm doing. So thank you so much to my patrons, as per usual, for your amazing support and your enthusiasm. I appreciate it so much. And thank you to you for watching. Really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!